Elizabeth states in her tribute to Diana, "I want to pay tribute to Diana myself. She was an exceptional and gifted human being. In good times and bad, she never lost her capacity to laugh and smile, nor to inspire others with her warmth and kindness." While the Queen did express that she was deeply mourning Diana's death, was it all a facade? Was the Queen truly devastated, or was she only pretending to cover up for the fact that she planned and helped assist in Diana's murder? I am credible to give this source because I've thoroughly researched Diana's death, and the research I've pulled from have been from authors who have thoroughly dived into the concept of conspiracy theories, especially surrounding Diana's death. In my audience analysis, I asked all of you if you believed that Diana's death was intentional or if it was truly all an accident. And 57% of you said that it was intentional. And I'm here to convince the rest of you that it truly is. It was planned by the royal family. In my persuasive speech, I will convince you that the royal family held so much anger towards Diana after her divorce with Charles that they plotted her death. When the reports came out after Diana's death, they said that Diana and Dottie Fade, her boyfriend at the time, had crashed under a tunnel in Paris. As soon as the death reports came out, people were invested, because people had been invested in Diana's death ever since she got married to Prince Charles. In the article, Conspiracy Theories, Princess Diana's Death, Shannon Novick states, "Diana was brought to the world's attention, especially after she and Prince Charles divorced in 1996, and the fascination carried over into Diana's death. People loved Diana. She had become the world's princess. Everyone felt like they could connect with Diana on a personal level because of the way she treated herself and held herself to the royal courts. And so people were so devastated after they had heard that she had crashed. And they couldn't believe that someone they held in such a special regard, someone they held so highly, could die from a simple car accident. And they started to believe that it had to be more. There had to be a reason more than a car accident as to why Diana died. From the previous article stated, Novick states, "For this reason especially, as well as several other pieces of seemingly convincing information, conspiracy theories arose about her death having been the result of a murder plot against her." So because people loved Diana so much, she was beloved by all the people, people just couldn't accept the fact that she simply died. And so they started to dive into why she died. The article, The Hidden Impact of Conspiracy Theories, Perceived and Actual Influence of Theories Surrounding the Death of Princess Diana, Karen Douglas states, "However, in addition to plausible explanations for the crash, there soon emerged a series of less plausible accounts that fall under the banner of the popular term conspiracy theories." So as soon as the death crash happened, people started to dive in. They wanted to see how it happened because they didn't believe that it was just a car accident. And even people closest to the ones that Diana loved started to listen to these rumors and these facts because they had so much evidence behind them. The person in the car with Diana when she died was Dottie Fade. And Dottie Fade's father was a big pusher of these conspiracy theories. Leanne Delap states, in Diana's final romance, Dottie's grieving father promoted conspiracy theories on how the couple was killed. So even the people closest to Diana and closest to the people in the car crash were starting to believe that something about the crash didn't add up and something had to be wrong about it. And so they started to promote these different conspiracy theories. Everyone started to believe this because so much reason behind it. There was so much logic behind all these theories. Nick Gerlich states in the article, Conspiracies to Die For, Princess Diana had barely even left this world when the rumor mongers set to work spinning elaborate theories of murder and conspiracy. If the rumors started spreading so soon after her death, there had to be some reason. There was so much questioned about the death of Diana, and so that is why all these rumors started to add up. And everybody started to believe these rumors. But among them, one stood out. The fact that the royal family had planned Diana's murder. The first reason the royal family planned Diana's murder was the fact that Prince Charles held so much hatred toward Diana after their divorce. The people, while they were married, had grown to love Diana and not care for Charles. Especially after they found out about Charles' affairs, the people were so angry with him. They wanted to stand by Diana and trust whatever she had to tell them. And this is why, because Diana questioned Charles' ability to be king, the people also started to question Charles. In the article, A Life in Her Shadow, Andrew Morton states, it meant that he would not be getting the top job anytime soon, an unhappy prospect for a man of fierce, if understated, ambition. So after Diana had divorced Charles, she was living her own life, and the people could see that, and they started to trust her and have faith in her. And so when Charles was trying to regain their respect, nobody listened to him. And so if he really wanted to regain their trust, he decided that the only plausible way he could was to kill off the reason for their doubts. In the article previously mentioned, also states, yet the question for Charles is whether he can ever escape the shadows of his life with Diana. After their divorce, everybody had grown to love Diana and hate Charles, and so by killing Diana, this helped Charles to rebuild his relationship with the people. But along with Charles's difficulties with Diana, the Queen also acted very suspicious about Diana's death. After Diana's passing, the Queen needed to pay tribute to Diana because of how horribly the court had already treated Diana. But the Queen took an excessive amount of time to make her statement. In the article, Why There's So Much Controversy 25 Years After Princess Diana's Death, Mansour states, but the delay in acknowledgement raised scrutiny among some in the British public. People were starting to question, why did it take the Queen so long to make this statement? Was there a reason? People could only grow to wonder why the Queen delayed her tribute. The Queen may have spoke highly in her tribute, but was it only to cover up the guilt she was feeling for having planned this murder, for having assisted in killing off Diana? And the Queen had a reason. She was saving the royal family from the embarrassment Diana had been causing her. After their divorce, Diana was wearing scandalous clothing, dating not suitable men like Dottie Fade, and simply being a rebel. The royal family was put under the spotlight because of how rebellious Diana was being, and the Queen decided the only way to rectify the situation was to eliminate Diana. Throughout my persuasive speech, I have convinced you that the royal family planned and executed Diana's murder because they held so much animosity towards her after her divorce with Charles. Prince Charles once said, I learned the way a monkey learns, by watching its parents. Charles' parents taught him a lot of things, how to be a king, and most importantly, how to plot a murder. Thank you for listening.